Happy weekend. Was really good with y'all. Hope all is well. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to everybody who catch this live. Shout out to everybody who catch this in a replay. It is the weekend. Time for us to unwind and relax, do our own thing. I am so very grateful and humbly grateful of all the new subscribers your girl has gotten. Like it's really, really crazy. Shout out to all the new subs. Overwhelming, unreal, but I am grateful. So shout out to all the new subs. I definitely made a new banner for the new subs, but I guess I forgot to upload it. So I'm gonna definitely look for that banner and see if I can upload it later in the stream to let you guys know what that banner looked like. But tonight's conversation is going to be about Dr. Lane Rowland. Who is Dr. Lane Rowland? Many of you guys may not know who Dr. Lane Rowland is, and it's all good. But Dr. Lane Rowland was a virologist, Black African American doctor from Arkansas, and he was doing a really good job in his field and his craft of what he does, and he recently died. And I definitely want to have this main conversation tonight about him. I want to definitely be able to share a clip of that interview I did with Sir Charles Carey, also known as my father. For those of you who actually know me. We did a show, What's Your Come Up Story? He's one of the many guests we've interviewed. And he shared his experience about why he became a doctor, what he does, and all the tea regarding C-19, mask, social distancing, variants. He spilled a lot of tea on us, and I really want to send prayers and all kind of humbleness and gratitude to him, his family, my condolences to his family. I just really can't believe he died. It's just so surreal, and I know a lot of people don't know who he is, but it's all good. I'm gonna share part of his video, and you guys will see that there's other people who know him as well. Some people in the Muslim community, the 5% of the community, they definitely know him. Some of you guys may know some of the people I'm talking about specifically. One of the main people I'm talking about, honestly speaking, who was the first person to shed light on the situation regarding this man, is a gentleman who is well known all over the place, and he's the first person I saw on video talking about Dr. Rolling, and it's crazy. His name is Rizza. Some of you guys may know him on Instagram as Rizza ISLAMIX. And yep, he definitely dropped a video earlier a few days ago talking about speaking to Dr. Lane Rolling's wife and confirming it was really true. And allegedly he died at home. But yep, that's what I'm going to get into tonight. So again, if you guys don't know who Dr. Lane Rowland is, please Google him. Please search him on Instagram. Please search him on YouTube. Arkansas, United States. He is definitely a virologist doctor, African American doctor, very young, very energetic, very vibrant, passionate about who he was as a doctor, and was looking great on Instagram 2 3 days prior to this, and all of a sudden he's dead. For those of you who don't know Dr. Rowling, he's one of those people that was very confident in what he did. He knew what he knew. No one couldn't tell him what he didn't know. And some may call it arrogant or cocky or whatever the case is. And I'll be honest to say, the first time I met him, I kind of took him as, very cocky, extra confident. And I was kind of like, ooh, why is he like this? He has to either really know his stuff or he's just that type of person. And he really knew his stuff. So tonight's about Dr. Rowland. But before I get into Dr. Rowland, I want to do a thing called Remember the Time. I started doing this lately. Some of you guys may not remember, but I started doing this lately. It's something I really enjoy doing right now because it always takes me back to old school memory lanes. Of we were young when things were fun and innocent and bubbly and not so crazy and wacko jacko. But do you guys remember block parties? I don't know where you're from, but and I know the northern states, we definitely have block parties, that will go on for hours or have free food, DJs, games. Sometimes there'll be rides, little makeshift, roller coasters or spin cars or bumper cars or carousels or Ferris wheels or something like that. And normally it was free, you don't have to pay anything, and there's all this free food, mostly hot dogs and hamburgers, corn on the cob, juices, quarter waters, things like that. There was always live DJs, all your friends were out, no one cooked those days, so much food to take home, and it was a great time. You didn't have to be watched by your parents, but your neighbors, somebody who knew who your family was, would watch you, and it'd be a good old fun time. And it definitely happened a lot during the late '80s, early '90s. It started definitely phasing out regarding the late '90s. For sure, wasn't really happening that much, but yeah, those good old block parties. Remember the time, block parties. You know what I'm saying? Don't throw a comment in the chat whether you saw this live on the replay. If you have block parties in your neighborhood or your hood where you was at, block parties. That's what we did. Yep, but again, shout out to all the new subscribers. I've gained a few subscribers, so thank you guys for holding it down and sticking up with me. Really, really appreciate that. So chit chat for tonight. Please make sure you check your girl's calendar. Check out my community tab going forward for the month of October. I will be Sorry, I had a phone call. I will be at various pop up shops in New York City. I will be promoting my health and wellness gear and as well as, all of my products and services. So definitely be sure to check me out if that's something you're interested in. You're trying to lose weight, you're trying to get a yoga suit, you're trying to get a fitness workout or a meal plan, you're trying to start a journey somewhere, be sure to check out with me. But one moment for this quick ad.
Okay. I work out all the time. I can do lots of different moves. I have never been able to do one full push-up.
Push-ups are the best way to start your day.
I will try one standard push-up.
It's not the best push-up, but I can get down and get back up.
Yes, quick ad from me. So chit chat, chit chat, chit chat. I just had a weird situation where I walked into my office at work and I saw my coworker going through my personal belongings, and I just was really unbothered by it. Have you guys ever been in that situation? You ever caught somebody at work doing something they're not supposed to be doing? I legit caught my coworker going through my desk drawers, looking through my stuff, and the response was, "Oh, where's all your stuff? I don't see all of your things anymore. Did you move?" Wow. Such an invasion of privacy. The things that happen at jobs, you just be so unbelieved that the things that happen at jobs. But yeah, that definitely just recently happened to me, and I was just wow. Like there's no respect for people's space or privacy in these jobs. Like people is nosy as hell. Like they got ops spying on people at the job. It's just so ridiculous. But I definitely think I'm going to report that situation too. When I return to work, I'm going to report that situation. It was so foul to see someone, going through my things. And, there was nothing to go through because I had moved a lot of my things. But the fact that there was somebody really looking through my desk drawers and then on their cell phone texting right after and before, like, I really felt like I was a part of a setup or a plot. Like, I really felt like this person was really communicating with someone. Like, all of her things are gone and this person has smiled in my face from day one to now. It's just such a shame. But karma's a bitch, so I'm wishing you like the most karma ever, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't even gonna wish it on you, but you're gonna get yours for that. And you were so foul and you know who you are. But anyway, moving along from that little rant, on more positive, upbeat notes, let's get into it. So, Dr. Lane Rowland, he's a virologist. This is our main topic for tonight. He's a virologist from Arkansas. He definitely was very active and vocal during the C-19 phases before the mask, before the shots and everything like that. Very vocal on what to get to protect yourself and your families, and what you can do to best protect yourselves. And while he was very vocal and informative on all the things you can do, a lot of people didn't take him seriously, or some people felt like, he shouldn't say what he's saying because of what he does for a living. So there's a lot of controversy, just like some of the other leaders or advocates who speak widely for a certain cause or a culture, whatever the case is. He was really truly deep into his medicine and he knew what he was talking about regarding his medicine. So at this point, I definitely want to take the opportunity to share a clip from the interview I did again with Dr. Rolling and my father, Sir Charles Carey, on What's Your Come Up Story. This happened a year ago, mind you, a year ago, and now all of a sudden this man is dead. It definitely seems hella suspicious to me. Not gonna be more. I'm not gonna be like trying to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but I just really feel like he didn't just die. But here is a snippet of the interview I did with Dr. Lane Rowland on What's Your Come Up Story with my father, Sir Charles Carey.
Talk about yesteryear just a tad, then we bring them up to the future or to the present, and hopefully we all have a healthy future. So let's make that happen. Tell us a little bit about who Dr. Lane Rowling is before he was Dr. Lane Rowling.
Well, guys, I'm sorry, but I hate talking about myself, but I think sometimes it's important to let people know who you're dealing with. That's reality. That's why we're where we're at today because of the misinformation and information. But just I'm gonna give like a 30-minute second, 30 seconds talk about who I am, and then we're gonna rock and roll.
Oh,
I'm an
absolutely.
I'm an infectious disease specialist. I'm a trauma surgeon. I hate to talk about this. I have 6 degrees. I'm certified in chemical and biological warfare. I'm the director of clinical and tropical medicine, infectious disease association in Peru.
I'm gonna stop it right there. So, if you want to see the rest of this video, I'll definitely drop the link to this video down in the chat for you guys to check it out for yourselves. Because I think it's important for you guys to, see who he was and, get a feel of, why I'm speaking of him and, the importance of, the video in general. So I'm going to definitely, find the link to that video right now. I'm going to plug it into the chat so those people that find this video live or in the replay can definitely have the opportunity to catch the video of him and do your own research and find out who he is and, what he was about, etc., 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 etc. So I just found the video. I'm going to plug it right now into the chat. Here it goes. Okay, I thought so. Yeah, so that is the link to the video for myself, Sir Charles Carey, and Dr. Lane Rolling last year on What's Your Come Up Story. We were interviewing him on, his specialty, his craft, how he became a doctor, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So with all of that said, rest in peace to Dr. Lane Rowland. My condolences to his family. No disrespect, but I definitely feel like there's something suspicious going on here. I don't think this is just a natural death. I don't think this man was sick. I don't think he was in a car accident or anything like that. I don't know for sure 100% either, but at the same time, something seems hecka suspicious to me regarding this situation with Dr. Lane Rowland, but I don't mean to disrespect his family or anyone like that, but I hope it is just what they say it is. Because again, this is the man who was speaking that truth, the truth that a lot of people don't want to acknowledge and get out there, and they want us to stay on a certain level. So those are my worries and concerns, and I just hope it's nothing more than that. But at this point, he has surpassed and went on to glory, and that's it. Like the show must go on. We must learn and continue from what he was talking about, what he was educating us about, and keep it pushing. Like we cannot remember the things he was teaching us and what he was telling us, what he was exposing us to. And if so, shame on us. Shame on us. So I've dropped the link to the chat to the video I'm talking about. I'm also going to try to find out if I can see the link to the information about how it was announced on, how he had surpassed. So give me a moment. I'll see if I can share that with you guys as well. And it's just really, really a real sad story. And it's just one of those things that you don't want it to be true, but you hear it's true. And then once you hear it's true, it's just like, okay, wow, was this an accident? Was this a situation where, they were trying to hush somebody up? Like, we have these realistic concerns and questions because we see these things happen all the time and we know it's real, we know it can happen. And we're not crazy when we think about it. It's like, yeah, anything's possible. Anything's possible. So actually, I found a link to the actual video from Riza Oslamix, whatever his name is. No disrespect, sir, into the community. Um, just getting to follow him as well. So one moment, I'm going to share my screen once more. You guys can see what I'm talking about. This is how I actually found out the information from my friend. My friend threw me a link and was like, "Girl, did you hear?" I'm like, "What? No, I didn't hear nothing."
Message. This doesn't. It's a very heavy mission when it comes to doing what we do. So I'm going to just mention this because I know a lot of rumors have circulated going out dealing with our brother, and people didn't know if it was true or not. But I just spoke with his wife, and our brother, Dr. Lane Rolling, has made his transition night before last.
Okay, so that's that. That's how I actually found out the real tea. So, condolences to the family of Dr. Rowland. I really felt like I knew him. If you get a chance to watch the full interview to the link I dropped in the chat right now, you'll see Dr. Lane Rowland, myself, and my father had like almost a 2 hour conversation on Facebook and YouTube. It went from his past to his present to his future, educating, sharing information, resources, tools, and him even calling himself at the end of the video. Um, he in the end of the video he called himself my crazy uncle from down in Arkansas, something like that. And I was like, wow, I just can't believe like this man has passed on. Like I felt like I knew him. Such an educated, well-rounded brother, really doing real things, out of the country, in the country, really about his ish. Not one of the people that just buying certificates and online courses, but he left the country, military doctor, like doing so many amazing things. I don't know a great deal about him outside of the interview with him. I won't lie. But I've learned about a lot about him in that session, in that moment when I did have the opportunities, to ask him many questions about C-19, various mass protections, awareness, etc., 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 etc. So this stream is really dedicated to Dr. Lane Rowland's family. Like this is such an amazing man. It's such a hard loss to know that we've lost him due to um we don't know the circumstances at this point. The circumstances, we'll find out I guess at some point. But we lost a good brother who's trying to educate us on the world and the system and truth and details and things we need to know to make ourselves knowledgeable and aware and have the opportunities to make the right decisions on how we should move as a family, as a unit, as an individual in America with this widespread situation we got going on that's totally out of control. So yeah, this one is for Dr. Lane Rowland. Like I can't believe it. It's just really, really a little bit surreal for me. I've been talking to my dad a few days this week regarding this, because he didn't initially know. For those of you who don't know, my father is Sir Charles Carey. He has a YouTube channel as well, and he definitely has the original content of the interview here on YouTube. And even he and I talked about it for a while. Like it's crazy. It can be so many different things. We don't know what it is. It can be anything we're thinking about. Shout out to Irby Fatal. Hey Irby, how you doing? Thanks for popping in. Like what we talked about. Well, I talked about the conspiracy theorist theory. We talked about him possibly being sick. We talked about all the different angles, and it was just like so crazy. We didn't personally know him. We just knew him from what he did. So we just have so many different ideas of how, when, why, like, and then, like we don't have any of these answers, and the way the world works, we start knocking on the wrong doors, opening the wrong Pandora boxes. People try to keep it quiet. And I strongly feel like that could be something similar. It's kind of sketchy and sticky in this situation. Like again, please check him out. His name is Dr. Lane Rowland. Type his name in the chat right now. Please Google him. It's so crazy, like people just dying left and right, left and right, left and right. But that's what I want to talk about. That was my main conversation. So again, guys, please check out the video. Google him, look him up on Instagram. He has a daughter as well. I think she's a motivational speaker, or she has a platform where she speaks as well. I'm not sure she's about the same exact thing, but she's a young lady. She's not as much an older lady, but she's a young lady. And I'm pretty sure the family is going through a traumatic time right now with this loss. I'm pretty sure this loss is extremely unbearable for them if this is how people in the media and the mainstream are already affected by it. You know what I'm saying? So gone too soon is just really horrific. As soon as we get one activist or one person who's here to educate us and help us and support us, know the lies and not see blurred lines and see the way we should do things and not follow the system of corruption and brokenness and sickness and everything like that. So we get that person who's here to help us all the way to how to get things right and do things, the way where you're not in debt and owing your whole life back to a job or the world or the man or anything else. Is like they constantly steal that person from us. Like they don't want us to have an advocate that's going to speak up for us as a culture or as a people or as a minority or as a poverty. Like they don't want that person at all. And it's just really, really sad. So again, this one is for Dr. Lane Rowland. Hope you guys have a great evening. This is a closed discussion, episode 1 of FaceTime 43. Peace to Dr. Lane Rowland. Peace out, y'all. Hope all is well. Hope you guys can catch up and find out information about him, although he's no longer with us. I think you guys will have the same impact I currently have once you guys get to know who he was, what he was about, Definitely catch any videos or interviews of him, you may see or you may come across as well. Like, very, very informative for you. So peace out, guys. I'm up out of here. It's the weekend. I'm a little under the weather, as you can hear my voice. I'm not 100%. So definitely gonna give myself some TLC and relax and relate and release and have a good time as myself can do and just knock out the rest of the cold. So peace out, y'all. Hope all is well, and I'll catch y'all the next time. Hopefully next time we sound a little bit more better than this. Bye.